Welcome back to my little corner of the world. I have heard all of the comments about me holding my microphone, and I am wearing it on my shirt, at least for today. It is a comfort thing for me. I talk with my hands, and I like to have something in my hands. I don't know, I think psychologically it just creates a barrier between me and the world, if we wanted to psychoanalyze it. But anyway, the ramp up to Christmas is fully underway. I think this video is going to look a little bit like the inside of my brain. Hi, baby. Are you coming in? Come on. Yes, come on in. Sorry, Donut has this instinct for when I'm talking to you. Hi, baby. Honestly, this video is going to look like the inside of my brain. Creative and full of experiments. But one thing I've always wanted to do and never had the time to do is make some salt dough ornaments. And today I'm going to make some with my daughter. And whatever doesn't fall apart in the oven, we will use to decorate the banister together. And don't expect these to be perfect or professional, because if you're new here, that's not how things go. We also took the kids to a lovely local Christmas light show. I'll show you a little bit of what that looked like. And there's a cake in this episode that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did happen. So you'll get to see how that went as well. So all right, let's see how this goes. All right, so we need 2 cups flour, a cup of salt, and a cup of water. I'm not sure we have a full cup of salt, so
you might have to use a bit of rock salt. We should have enough. Okay, that should be enough.
No, that's not a cup. All right, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I saw this lady on the internet add spices to get it to be brown to make the gingerbread. So should we just try it?
Yeah. It already smells really nice. More cinnamon!
I think we might have to add
more cinnamon!
Shall we add in a little at a time? You want to stir it?
Yeah.
All right, it's not perfect. It's a bit cracked, but I think
we can make it work.
We can make it work.
I never thought I'd be cutting out gingerbread salt dough and calling the little holes gingerbread poo.
So I'm going to decorate the banister, and I want it to tie into the view of the dining room, but I don't want all of that opulence here. The kids use this area a lot as almost their own little living room when they're waiting for the school car in the morning, or they just kind of flop here when they get home, or if we're waiting to go somewhere, this is where they hang out. So I need it to be a little bit more relaxed. Last year I had a garland on here with some ribbon, and do you know what? I think I'm just going to keep it all the same, because why reinvent the wheel?
I'm going to use floral wire to attach the garland, and I'm going to do it underneath so that the banister stays free. Salt dough needs to be cooked low and slow, so they went in the oven for a couple of hours at 80 degrees Celsius. We painted them with leftover wall paint, and then I sealed them with some Mod Podge. If you're going to make your salt dough into a garland, make sure you put the holes in before you bake them. And oh wow, how beautiful did this turn out? These are absolutely adorable. This will last for years, and what a beautiful memory we made. If your brain works the way mine does, sometimes you look at something and you're like, how did they do that? And I'll convince myself, since nobody is telling me how to do it, everybody else must already know. So if you've ever seen those beautiful antique dishes with candles, this is one way you can make them. Cut a pool noodle to the size of your dish, and then just use a knife or scissors to make the hole for the candles. Because I live in a rainforest in Scotland, I have moss in abundance, but if you don't, you can use fake moss. And I add a little bit of water in the bottom so that I can actually regrow the moss outside. You can add a ribbon or a bow to the outside of the dish, and voila, there you have it. Beautiful, simple, and reusable? Yes, please. We took a drive into Oban to take the kids to a Christmas light show. This is our second time going to the light show, and it's become a little bit of a tradition for us. You really can't get more magical than walking around a forest drinking a hot chocolate. So between the wreath and the dining room and the Christmas tree in the dining room, I've used all my oranges. So I'm going to have to make some more, which is great because I'm also going to use the leftover bits and make an orange cake. Do I have a recipe? No, but we'll see how it goes. So if you've been here for a while, you know that following a recipe is not in any of my skill sets. But a few weeks ago when I was making the dried oranges, I used the leftover bits to make some citrus vinegar for a cleaner, and I have plenty of that now. So today I thought I would make an orange cake. But because it physically harms my body to follow instructions, I'm giving myself the best chance for success by using a boxed cake mix I had in the pantry. What I'm going to do is boil the britches off these oranges. I'm going to let that cool and use that water in place of the water for the cake mix. So for an extra dopamine hit, I am using this beautiful bundt pan that I bought years ago, but I always thought it was just too pretty to use and I didn't want to get it messy. Please tell me other people do this. Anyway, we're going to see how it goes. I decided to blitz down the oranges instead of just using the juice because why not? Besides substituting the water for the blitzed oranges, I followed the instructions on the back of the box. I added the same amount of the orange puree as it called for the water. Look at that satisfying cake pour. I baked this at 180 for 27 minutes. We're not much into icing in this family, so I decided I would make a simple syrup to pour over the cake and add the orange to it. A simple syrup is equal parts sugar and equal parts water. Here, I'm doing 1 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar. I usually take mine off the heat when I can see the tiny white bubbles on the side of the pan.
All right, here is the moment of truth. Do I think this is just going to turn out of this cake pan and look perfectly? No, no, I don't. But listen, I didn't need an orange cake. So this is a low stakes, high reward situation. This either works or it doesn't work. And if worse comes to worse, I can probably make orange cake pops out of this.
Oh my God, look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Wow.
Oh my God, how fantastic does this look? Isn't this like incredible? And I it worked and it worked on camera. That that never happens. If you showed up to Christmas dinner with this cake, absolute showstopper. This cake looks straight out of a Nordic fairy tale. I can't believe I hadn't used this pan before. I don't even know how it tastes, but it smells incredible. And it's spongy. Look, look, it's spongy. So it's not dense at all. It's nice and fluffy and spongy. Oh, I can't wait till the kids get home, my husband gets home so we can try it. Do I even want to eat it? Can I just keep it? I shall call you Orange Gina. This worked, and this will get my brain going, oh, you know what? We should experiment some more. Which, is that dangerous? Yeah, that's dangerous. The incredible joy I have over this cake. I hope you can feel it through the camera. Oh, just delicious.
Why, yes, that was my husband serenading the cake he was about to eat.
Okay, but why is this the best cake that I have ever eaten? Oh, it's so fluffy and moist and so full of orange flavor. There wasn't even supposed to be a cake, and yet here I am on my third slice in 2 days. Shh, don't tell anyone. But I think that's the point of the whole video. Everything I tried this week, the salt dough, the banister, the cake, it all turned out, which is rare enough that I think that in itself deserves a little round of applause. I'm so happy. And none of these are momentous achievements, but they brought me so much joy. You know that old adage that a life is made up of small little moments? Well, this week was full of small little moments that just made me so happy. And I think some of the best moments are when we just let go of trying to do things right and we do experiment a little, when we give into that inner child who's like, we should try that. Like making the salt dough. I've wanted to do that for years. And now my banister looks like it's something out of a cottagecore dream. I'm actually staring at the banister right now talking to you, and I just can't stop smiling. And more importantly, I got to do it as a memory with my daughter. If you needed a sign to try out that little festive idea that's been rattling around in your head, let this video be it. Go play. I think at a certain point in our lives, we stop playing and we kind of chase after that ideal adult that we have in our head. But I think if we're honest with ourselves, the best adults we've ever known are the ones that do hold on to that playfulness and that joy. There's nothing juvenile about happiness. You can be happy. So thank you for spending this gentle but quite chaotic week with me and experimenting with me. I actually had a lot of fun. I hope this week brings you at least one tiny success, a cozy moment, and if you're very lucky, an accidental cake that turns out to be the best thing you have ever cooked in your entire life. And I'll see you next time.